Okay, we want to solve this equation. Now we've already solved a couple rational equations where they were just general. They had like an A, B, C down here, right? It was a rearranged job. This one's a full-on, hey, let's figure out what you would plug in for X that's going to make this true. Okay, it looks intimidating. So number one, don't be intimidated. We know how to do this. Identify the common denominator, just like we did before. So when I see an expression like this, factor it and see what you're up against. And then you can identify what's going on in these other ones. And so when we do that, let's look at pieces. So here I've got an x, but I'm missing the x minus 4. Okay, that's easy. Here I've got the x minus 4, but I'm missing the x. So this right here is going to be my common denominator. So key, identify that. Now, by the way, as we've identified that common denominator, we know what x cannot be. So maybe I'll just make a little note to myself here. X cannot be 0, and it can't be positive 4. Now, I haven't figured out what it is yet, but I know it can't be those because that would make a denominator 0. We can't divide by 0. So by chance, if I solve the equation and I get one of those answers, this would have no solution, okay? So let's do what we did previous. We're going to take this common denominator, multiply it through the whole thing. Remember, that's going to wipe out our denominators, make it look a lot cleaner for us. So let's do that. So we've got 2 times this, so 2 times x minus 4. That's all over x, plus x plus 2. I'll just write it this way. That's what I started with. Times this again. So x times x minus 4. Maybe I'll put that in parentheses so it doesn't look like multiplication. X times x minus 4 equals, and then same thing. No, 1's not really going to change anything, but I'll show it. X times x minus 4 all over x minus 4. So we just multiplied that through the whole thing, multiplied it by both sides. That's why it's legal algebraically. Now let's cancel a bunch of stuff out. All our denominator is going to go away. X over x, well that divides out, that's 1. X over x, x minus 4 over x minus 4, and that's why I like to factor. This just makes it easier to see what other pieces you have. And then x minus 4 over x minus 4. Okay, let's see what we've got. 2 times x minus 4, so that's 2x minus 8. Don't forget to distribute that through, okay? 2x minus 8 plus x plus 2. All that's left behind there, look how nice that is. Equals x. Well, that looks so much nicer, doesn't it? That's like a basic little Algebra 1 equation now. So let's clean it up and solve. So if I subtract this x over, that would go away. And so I've got 2x equals, let's see, negative 8 plus 2. So that's minus 6, negative 6. Add it over. So 2x equals 6. Divide your 2 by both sides. Okay, x equals 3. Not 0 or 4, so we should be good to go there. Now you could go graph that or do something on your calculator if you wanted to check yourself quick. But x equals 3 I feel pretty good about. So identify the common denominator, multiply it through, solve the equation.